As a European in the US, I just love how people I've never met call me like sweetie and honey and sweetheart. Because I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I am sweet. How did you know? That's all that I've ever wanted to be. I love this for Americans. I love this about you guys. I don't even care if you mean it. I will take it as truth. You think I'm so sweet. Like, absolutely, let's just be nice to each other. You could be a terrible person. I'll call you sweetie. I'll call you sweetheart.
For years, many European visitors had built their image of America from headlines, online stories, and things they had heard from others. But the moment they arrived, many discovered a very different side of the country. Instead of the experiences they expected, they found unexpected kindness from strangers, surprising everyday traditions, and small details of American life that caught them completely off guard. Things that seemed ordinary to locals felt completely new to these travelers. A simple conversation, a friendly gesture, a daily routine they had never seen before. Again and again, they found themselves saying the same thing. We've never experienced anything like this. From funny misunderstandings to unforgettable moments of genuine connection, these reactions show what happened when European tourists experienced America for themselves. Today, we're exploring the most surprising and heartwarming moments that changed the way they viewed the United States. Let's get started.
The woman says, "Oh no, the man in the hat already paid for your beers." So we go up to shake his hand. We think it's probably the guy in the big cowboy hat. And he's shaking our hands as a firm handshake. And it's a proper Texas hospitality. He's like, oh yeah, he's just chatting away, asking us where we're going, where we're from. Lovely, lovely Texas man. And then he's like, hold on, wait here. I've got something for you guys. And he gave us both this heavy duty pin from the Amarillo Police Department, and it's
heavy.
It's really heavy duty, and he's like, this is for you guys. And then everyone's chatting away and we're shaking everyone's hands, and then as we're leaving, somebody else is like, oh, I overheard you chatting. Everyone is so friendly. Normally this kind of bar maybe would intimidate me a little bit. In Texas, no point in being intimidated because everyone is literally has a heart full of gold, it seems like. That was the nicest thing.
Pockets full of gold.
Yeah, and pockets full of coins.
I left the US 8 months ago, and something that shocked me is that nobody likes America except for Americans. And even a lot of Americans don't like America. When I learned that people have no interest in visiting the US, I was shocked because I thought, isn't the US one of the best countries in the world? But I think that's what they teach us in the US. People think Americans are loud, disrespectful, unruly, obnoxious, pretentious. One of my European friends said, I typically refuse to hang out with Americans, but you're all right. When Americans come to Japan, they're usually shocked that Japanese people don't speak a lot of English at all. And they'll say, why don't they speak English? But you're coming to someone else's country where they speak their language. Why don't you learn their language if you want to visit their country?
For some reason, we also have to measure everything differently. Feet, inches, miles, pounds, Fahrenheit. When everyone else in the world uses meters, kilos, and Celsius.
Guys, I've loved being in the USA. I've literally loved everything. I've loved the people, I love the culture, I love waking up in the morning, going for my long walks. And what I love the most, I've loved seeing people's deck chairs on their front of their drive. I've loved seeing people's got swings, like people got swings hanging from their tree. Like I've also loved seeing the basketball hoops, and I'm gonna miss seeing all this stuff. I'm gonna miss it. I know it might sound ridiculous to you, but I'm gonna miss like just the lovely palm trees, the massive oak trees, like even the crows, even the rabbits I'm seeing every morning, and the lizards. I'm gonna miss this all. In the UK, I'm gonna see foxes, I'm gonna see rats, I'm gonna see like rodents and pigeons. Oh, pigeons. Oh, but I've loved it. I've absolutely loved this country so much. It's been a pleasure. And also, what I'm gonna miss is are the mailboxes. The mailboxes. I've not seen them. They're not in the UK. And also just everything about this country I'm gonna miss. But anyway, I've got to go back. I've got to pack, because otherwise I'm going to miss my flight. But no, hopefully if I miss it, I'm staying. But I'll keep you guys updated on the rest of the day. Honestly, just thank you so much. Thank you. The sun's beaming down on me. Oh, it's been a pleasure. Oh, and also the USA flags. The USA flags, I'm going to miss them. I'm going to miss seeing them. But you know what? I'll be repping the USA on me. I'll be repping the USA in me. So it's all right, guys. I've got you covered.
Here are just a few ways that America has changed me for the better. Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Hannah. I'm a British mum currently living in the US, and I genuinely think I've changed as a person since moving here. Here's just a few examples. Number one, I actually love talking to strangers now. I've touched on this before, but when I first moved here, I found it almost excruciating talking to strangers. Like the small talk and things like that, I just found it very uncomfortable and I wasn't used to it. But now I love it. I see someone and I love what they're wearing, I will go and tell them now, which I don't think is a very British thing at all. Never had a bad reaction to approaching a stranger and talking to them. I feel like I'm a much warmer person now. I'm more confident. Like I've got the confidence to just go up and speak to people because I know I'm going to get a good reaction. I'm definitely more open and more confident about speaking to people now. Number two is that I ask for help and I have absolutely no issues in doing so now. We use babysitters, we use cleaners. I just have no issues reaching out to people if I need help. Back home, I don't know, using people to do household tasks or childcare, it feels a little bit like people judge you more. Whereas here, I think because of the work culture is so different, you literally have to ask for help. There is no way on this earth that you can be a wife, a mother, work full time. There's no way, it's impossible to do all of it. So you have to ask for help here. The more help I can get, the better. Number three is that I'm definitely less self-deprecating. I think back home, I would put myself down a bit. Americans are just so proud and they celebrate everything, small or big, and it's really rubbed off for me. And I feel like if I've achieved something now, I'm the first one to be like, oi, oi, that was me. Whereas back home, I probably wouldn't. Here, I feel like I just celebrate things more and I back myself more. I think I'm a lot more confident in myself and I'm proud of that as well. So yeah, those are just a few ways that I think I've changed as a person since moving to the States. So much has changed in my surroundings, but so much has changed in me as well. But let me know, if you're American, what's one thing you wish that more countries did or more people did like they do in the US?
All right, I don't often talk about the positives of the US, so I'm going to take a minute to actually do that. I'm going to start off with the most controversial one, and food actually tastes amazing, even if it's bad for you. I do expect this to be probably the one that gets me the most heat, but in most cases, I love the way that the food tastes. This is obviously a personal opinion, but I do think as having an American palate, I miss the way that food tastes. There were a lot more places in the UK that were very similar in how they seasoned foods, and I think that's why we liked it. But yes, this is very subjective. And number two, the existence of half and half is like lower on the tier, but I love half and half in my coffee, and I think I would even like it in my tea. However, it does not exist here. For better or for worse, basically none of the flavored creamers do either. When you go into the dairy aisle, it's just like milk and yogurt, which is good. I mean, you know, a lot of that stuff's really bad for you. But I do miss me some good half and half, and I would totally have it in my coffee every single day if it did exist. It does not exist here. Don't even look for it. Finally, people are so worried about themselves that you effectively don't exist. This can probably be seen as a negative, but actually I think it's quite a positive. Like, American isolationism is very real, and so in many cases you are just kind of alone to live your life, but in many cases you're kind of just alone to live your life. You can be on a busy street and pretty much get jumped and no one will help you. But on the flip side of that, you can pretty much just do whatever you want and pretty much no one will bother you. You've seen this probably from other content creators where they would just go like lie down in the middle of a busy street and no one stops. The nice thing about this is that everybody believes in like a 3-foot personal bubble, typically speaking, at least where I'm from. And so like people don't get close to you. Please let me know what you think. There's some dog poop.
I went to America expecting to enjoy it, but I didn't expect to come home wanting to move there. I've travelled around quite a bit, but the USA just hit differently, and I don't even think it was one city or place in specific. It was that feeling of having so much to explore. I mean, every state has so much for you to experience, and now I want to make it my home someday. Americans, if you could move to one state right now, where would you be going?
We're currently in America, and I really need to know what Starbucks are putting into these coffees, because Starbucks in the UK tastes rubbish. It tastes rubbish. I hate it. Starbucks in America, exact same order, delicious, absolutely fantastic. Can't get enough of it.
I hear a lot of people saying Americans aren't well travelled, they can't point out Switzerland on a map, they don't know anything outside of the country. Of course they don't. I wouldn't if I lived here, bro. If I lived here, yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck about any other country. I'm gonna keep it real. Every state, yeah, is like its own country. I don't think people realise how big this place is. This place is massive. Put into context, yeah, in Ireland I can get a 45-minute flight, be in Amsterdam, be in England, totally different countries, bro. Miami is about fucking 8 hours away from Orlando, bro. I thought it was around the corner. I didn't realise how big this kip was. Americans don't need to leave their country, bro. They can go on a vacation inside the country, bro. If I was from here, yeah, and wanted to go on holidays, grand, going to fucking California, going to New York, not leaving the country. I don't give a rat's about anywhere else if I lived here, to be honest. I get it why people say Americans aren't well travelled. Bro, they are well travelled. This place is huge. If I was American, I wouldn't give a fuck about any other country. So if you are an American and you feel bad about it, bro, you're not missing out on anything. This place has everything and more. So don't feel bad. But unfortunately, it's my last night here as well, which is so sad. Bro, I'm gonna miss this place. Look at this street, bro. This is American out shit. I'm gonna miss Walmart, Target, and all. Ireland is shit, bro. I'm not looking forward to going back. Look, the fire hydrant is still there. Still holding the fortress down, bro. Strong. Sad, sad times.
So our time here in Texas has unfortunately come to an end. I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who we've met along our road trip. Southern hospitality has been phenomenal. From San Antonio, Yorktown, Austin, we truly have had the best time, and you guys have like made our trip even better. So thank you from the bottom of this British man's heart to making me feel like one of your own. God bless America. God bless Texas. Thank you so much, and I will see you again.
Guys, I just want to say a massive thank you to every single one of you for making this happen. Like, never in my life I thought I'd be here for the 4th of July, and I just enjoyed every moment yesterday. And yesterday, everyone just came together to celebrate the 250 years of independence for the USA. And that is what I love to see. I love to see people being nice to each other. People were partying, dancing, drinking, and even having barbecues on the beach with each other. And that just like, I don't see much of that in England, like, but in the USA, I see a lot, and I just loved seeing that yesterday. I've had so many opportunities since being here as well. I went to a Dodgers game, which was incredible, and I would never, ever have went to a game like this in my life if I never came here and just literally filmed that first video of me walking down the street saying hello to someone. Like, since that, everything's changed, and I just feel like so much good is going to happen. But guys, you better love the USA, because
I've returned to Scotland, so shall we have a debrief about America and the World Cup? Honestly, months, weeks, days before this trip, I was so close to cancelling everything. I was nervous about going back to America, but it turns out I had absolutely no reason to be. I cannot begin to explain the kindness that I was shown and that my fellow Scottish people were shown. Thank you to the FIFA volunteers. Honestly, fantastic characters and really made a great experience. I want to say thank you because in my experience, the organisation of this has been amazing. I heard horror stories about the Scotland and Haiti game. I was nervous for going to the stadium, but again, no reason to be nervous. I felt like the trains ran smoothly. It was not that bad. Free water being handed out, like just these little touches that actually just made such a difference. And everybody official that I encountered, as in police, military, TSA, airport staff, security, everything, they honestly were the most lovely people, and it was just an indication of what was to come. And my biggest thanks goes to the American people. Without you guys showing that sort of kindness, support, understanding, this World Cup wouldn't be the same. You guys have embraced it and embraced the visitors that are in your city, and honestly, it's gave me a revamp love for the American people. As someone who went solo, meant more to me than you might know. Makes me really want to come back and explore a lot more of what your country has to offer. Although this is a sweeping generalization, thank you, America, for being so kind to your visitors while we're here for the World Cup. I am looking at plans. I want to come back.
I think is really sad is how much Americans get hated on, especially by Europeans. Lived in America for a year now, and I actually think that Americans are the most happy, positive, like really nice people ever. Like, really funny because I live in New York and everyone is always like, oh my god, New Yorkers are so mean, people in New York are so mean. But I think like people in New York are just like maybe the least friendly of the Americans, but because they are still American, they're still like really nice people. Examples is when I walk down the street here sometimes, like especially if I'm like on the way to a night out, so many girls will stop me in the street and be like, girl, you look so good. Like I was walking to dinner the last day, some random girl shouted at me, yes girl, I love your strut. And I was like, oh my god, thank you babe. Like one time I was walking back from the gym and this American girl stopped me and she was like, okay girl, I see you, you're in the gym. Like just so randomly all the time. At home, I don't think a random girl has ever complimented me in the street once. So I think the American culture is very uplifting and very positive. And whenever I talk to Americans, they're always asking me like, why did I move to America? What am I doing here? And whenever I tell them like why I moved, like what my goals are, they're so encouraging. They're like, I am so proud of you. You're doing amazing. Like, how amazing is it that you left and you moved here? Like, you're gonna have a great life. That's always the attitude that people have. It's very uplifting and very positive. And I think in Europe, a lot of people have a very negative attitude, especially towards other success. People like do not want you to be doing anything different. They don't want you to be going outside of the box. They want you to stay in the box that they made for you. Huge reason as to why a lot of Americans are very successful and a lot of like the richest people in the world are American is because the attitude here is just so different to anywhere else. It's really sad how much Americans get hated on, but actually it just makes sense because miserable people like just want other people to be miserable. Or another thing I notice is obviously because I'm Irish and I live in America, sometimes people will comment on my posts, oh my god, I could never live in America. Who wants to live in America? Why would you ever go there? I'm like, please don't come here. Like, we just don't need that negativity here. Like, we're keeping up the positive vibes. Crazy the disdain that people have towards Americans. Also, like, so many of my friends in college were American. And they're still like my best friends to this day, and I made like so many new American friends since I moved to New York. And older as well, I've realized now, like looking back, I was honest to god conditioned into hating Americans. Like when I used to work in a restaurant in Ireland, when Americans would come in, everyone would be like, ugh, Americans. And now looking back on it, like, you know, they were always the nicest people. They always tipped extremely well. Like, they always asked, like, what I was doing, very friendly. So, yeah, I feel like now I was, like, tricked into hating them. Like, it was propaganda. I was brainwashed into hating Americans from a young age. And the story, I think, is if you're a European who hates Americans, I invite you to examine your bias against them and really look into, like, why you hate them. Do you hate them for a good reason, or do you hate them because you were brainwashed into hating them?
3 things I actually miss about the US that I was not expecting as an American who's living in Germany temporarily. I obviously knew I was going to miss my friends and family, so I'm not going to include that in this list, but let's get into it. I think the first one's going to be a very cliche thing and something very obvious. I miss AC. Okay? I'm a girl who loves to have crisp, cool air when she goes to sleep, like 67, 68 degrees, and I no longer have control over that. And I miss that dearly. I didn't think I would miss this, but I miss so much Sam's and Costco. I miss being able to buy in bulk. And I really never thought I would miss this, but I miss so much, especially since I started driving here in Germany, is big parking lots. A lot of times I honestly don't even want to drive places because I get so much anxiety about the parking situation that I just don't go. Because a lot of the parking situations here are not fun. They're anxiety inducing. So, those are 3 things I didn't expect to miss as an American living in Germany right now. And if you are also an American living abroad, go ahead and let me know in the comments like some things that you miss about the US that you weren't expecting to miss.
Oh my god, stop that! This is mental! I'm currently suffering with the Boston Blues. Should I go back? The amount of new American followers, the amount of kindness that was shown. I'm in 2 minds right now. At this moment in time, it's like an itch that I can't stop thinking about. Just I want to go back and just continue being a content creator and finding new things and creating new videos and having new experiences and talking to new people. And obviously it costs money and I don't know if it's a secret or not, but TikTok doesn't pay that well. You couldn't live on that money. Or maybe you could when it gets bigger. Like, you know, maybe I need to get bigger, and the only way I'll get bigger is by keep posting. I mean, I did America in 4,300 odd quid, and that was like different states, and every single comment on that video was like, that's incredible, that's so cheap. And I was like, well, that. I had a great time. I'd done incredible things, and that was like a World Cup experience as well. And I'm like, God, did I just like do that? To just continue that? At this moment in time, it feels like an itch that I need to scratch. I felt so free. I like, and I suppose when I go on holidays and all that, it's all controlled. Whereas like that, I just felt so free. And I just fell in love with a country that I was obsessed with when I was a child. And that sadly has disappeared. And then it's just come back in spade loads. And now I'm like, oh, is this what I should do? I need a sign. I need a sign from the universe. It needs to be a clear, big, massive sign. If I get a sign, I'll let you know. Right, that's not a sign. That's not enough of a sign anyway. Where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do.
This has gone viral today. A man who's moved back to the UK from America.
Fuck
the reason
off!
Because he missed Greg's.
Fuck
Greg's
off!
sausage roll place.
That.
That's a pretty extreme reason for moving country.
Oh my God! Stop that! This is mental.
I've got to say, visiting the USA actually ruined food for me completely. Now that I'm back in England, I'm missing tacos so much. I'm missing barbecue food. I'm missing the ranch.
Guys, literally, I can't believe it. It's actually happening. I'm thinking about the 4th of July, and you know what? It's a couple of days away. It's not even that far away. It's a couple of days away. And to actually believe that I will be in the USA for the 4th of July. Like, that's never happened in my life. I never thought I would be here for the 4th of July. Honestly, it actually is crazy. It's crazy that you guys have made it happen. I just want to thank you all so much. Honestly, I can't express the way I'm feeling. I feel honoured. I feel blessed. I feel like I've met some incredible people on this trip and journey. It has just been surreal, so surreal. But I just want to thank you guys so much, and I can't wait to show you what I'm going to do on the 4th of July. I'm excited myself. Let's see.